Hey, Dr. Alan Christianson here with you, and I want to talk about hydrotherapy for your thyroid. Really cool trick. Hydrotherapy is an ancient science. I am a naturopathic physician, and we've got a long lineage of hundreds of years. And part of that was what was called in medicine the European spa traditions. And back then that didn't mean spa like facials, nothing bad about facials, but they were talking more about spa centers that were away from the city. And their big belief was that part of health was being in natural settings. You know, having fresh air, having sunlight, not wearing constrictive corsets, having simple foods from the garden, simple fresh foods, and the use of water and sunlight as healing agents. So many people were living in hugely congested cities and bad pollution, poor quality water, restrictive clothing, no time outside, horrible air quality even as well. And many were taken out to the countryside and they would get better, they would recover. And that's where a lot of these spa traditions emerged. They also developed elaborate systems of using water as an agent for causing a cure, for helping the body respond in predictable ways. And water can contact inside the body, outside the body, based upon the pressure, the location, the timing, the temperature. You can have a phenomenal effect at adjusting blood supply. And in medical school, our study of disease was called the pathology class. And one of the central tenets with pathology was that the local blood supply was often the main limit as to how well a condition could recover. So the ability to improve the local blood supply can have huge effects upon helping recovery rates. And applications of hot and cold water are very easy ways to do that. Now, both hot and cold have a biphasic response, meaning they do something at first that decreases and does the opposite over time. And the initial effect is that they heighten the blood supply. The lasting response is they depress it. The cold, it's faster. It's a quick shock, whoa, and then more quickly it'll decrease the blood. Whereas hot will increase the blood for longer periods of time and then finally start to decrease. Hot works mostly through causing vasodilation. And by and large, you're opening up the blood vessels to get more blood for a cooling effect and to heighten the local blood supply. Cold mostly works by vasoconstriction. So you're squeezing the vessels out and you're limiting local blood supply. But let's think about this. If you can alternate those, you're pumping. You're pumping blood in and out, and you're flushing tissues, and you're bringing nutrients, bringing more immune cells. You're excavating wastes much more quickly, and they can have a powerful effect upon healing things. So why would someone do this? Well, if you had hypothyroidism, which probably secondary to Hashimoto's, even if you're not clear on that, and you wanted your thyroid to perform better, you wanted there to be less inflammation, you know, if you had any difficulty swallowing or nodules or goiters, and you wanted to have there be less of an autoimmune response. Those are all valid reasons to do this. Hydrotherapy, no cost, nothing patented, easy home materials, crazy simple. I'm going to walk you guys through a good process. So this is not an actual thyroid, as you well know, but I'll use this as an approximation for access site. So for supplies, you want 2 big buckets, a couple gallons, and you want one to be hot and one to be cold. So one, you want to have water as cool as it comes out of your tap. Based on where you live, that may be quite cool, or you may live in the Sonoran Desert to where the water cold out of the tap is lukewarm. But get it as cold as you can from the tap, and then use just about as much ice as you've got water. What you'll end up with is a liquid solution that's just above the threshold of freezing. Now the other bucket, you want warm, hot water. So to be really precise, 105, 110 degrees. So Fahrenheit, not Celsius, that would be boiling, but about 105 degrees Fahrenheit. That'll feel hot, but it will not feel dangerously hot. You will not burn or harm yourself from that. So you can use a thermometer to check, or you can just base it upon how it feels where your skin is thin, like along the neck or along the wrist, but briskly hot, but not too hot. So 2 buckets. Now you want 2 hand towels. So washcloths are a little bit small, and like big bath towels are a little bit big, but the hand towels work perfectly for this. And drop one in each bucket. You also want a timer, because we're going to do a cycle with this. We're going to start with the hot and finish with the cold, and we're going to do a couple cycles of that. So we'll first take the hot, wring it out pretty good, and if it's too hot, you can just open the towel all the way and wave it a bit. It'll cool down really fast. Give it a couple of folds and place it right over. This is not a very square shape, is it? It's cute, but it's not that square. You can take this and place it right over the lower part of your neck, just like that. Now we're going to hold the hot, for 3 minutes. So the way I do this is I'll have a 30-second repeating timer. That's one option. You can watch a stopwatch, no wrong way to do it, but I like a 30-second repeating timer because it'll help at the next phase too. So 3 minutes, which would be 6 of those 30-second cycles, and then we set this hand towel back in the hot bucket. We're going to take the towel out of the cold bucket, wring it out, get it shaped kind of like this, and lay it on. Ooh, it's going to be cold and brisk. It's going to feel good. That only takes 30 seconds. Much longer than that, we're going to depress the circulation. And our goal is to keep on heightening and heightening and heightening it with this pumping action. So 3 cycles through. So hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, all done. So the first one is hot, the last one is cold. That process I've seen for many people dramatically improve their thyroid output, lower their antibodies, shrink nodules, decrease pressure in terms of difficulty swallowing or speaking. No harm, no side effects. One pitfall, please do stay on top of your thyroid blood tests. It could happen if you were on thyroid replacement and this dose worked out really good, but now you've done some hydrotherapy, your thyroid's gotten stronger. Now that dose may be more than you need. So that could be a consideration. So just watch your scores. How often should you do this? You know, if you want to really see and affect some change, go for 3 times a week. The whole thing will take you only about 10-15 minutes start to finish, and no harm, no side effects, no cost, crazy easy, but a powerful therapy to make your thyroid stronger. Win, win, win. Take great care. We'll talk again really soon. Bye-bye.